Today I'm going to show you how to create a daily planner layout inside of Adobe InDesign. So grab your pen, grab a pencil, and let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create beautiful digital downloads using Adobe InDesign. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every day. Now I'm going to flip the screen and show you how to do the daily layout. If you would like this layout, this template will be available inside of Planner Pixies. It is an unlimited downloads membership that includes a ton of other cool stuff, like you get one-on-one Voxer access to me, as well as access to a huge list of secret videos on tutorials, book reviews, and also plan with bees. So make sure to check that out. I will leave a link for that below. It's an amazing deal because it's over $4,000 worth of templates, plus new templates like today being added all the time, and you get them all for free. All right, let's get started. All right, we are going to be creating a simple daily layout together today. So all you're going to do is go over here to File, New Document, and you are going to change this over to inches, and not facing, it doesn't really matter because we're just going to do one page. Make sure it's 8.5 by 11. The margins are 1/2 inch at the top and the bottom, and then the left and the right are 1 inch. So make sure, see how this little lock thing is unlocked? Make sure it's unlocked, and you can toggle these on and off. See how it's unlocked and locked just by tapping on it, so that these are different. So you want the left and the right to be 1 inch because you never know where people put their 3-hole punch in. And then you're going to say create, and then in here you're going to go up to parent pages at the top. Remember, these used to be called master before, and we are going to drag and drop that, and I'll just show it to you, that blue glitter. So it's a transparent kind of blue glitter, and we're just going to throw it up here on the top. I'm going to actually shrink this page down a little so we can see where it is going to go on the top. And I'm just going to drag and drop it. You could do file place if you want. I know I kind of want it to go here, so I'm just going to pull it out to there. Let me hit the selection tool and nudge it over to the left a little. It's obviously encroaching on the page a little too much, because I want to be able to see that text at the top. So we're just going to pull it out, and we're going to just drop this down to where the top of the page is so you can see where, oh, there it is. And I feel pretty good about that. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste it, and we're going to throw it here on the bottom. Now I can just rotate that around. And if you didn't see that, if you just hover down at the corners, you'll see the mouse cursor change from a point to that double arrow, which kind of shows you where you can start rotating it. So I'm pretty happy with that as the top and the bottom. So I'm going to leave that parent page just like that. I'm going to go to the regular page, and because the A parent page has been applied here, and I know that because if I hover over it, it says A-parent applied. It now has that blue glitter at the top. So we're going to go back, zoom out so you can actually see stuff. And we are going to go ahead and create our first thing, which is just the date. So I'm going to go to that type tool, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. And I'm going to guess that date is about yay big. And I really like the Manhattan font. So I'm going to use that one. Where's Manhattan? Oh, nope, I lie. For this one, I'm going to use Proxima Nova, if I can spell it right. There, Proxima Nova, and I'm going to use the light one, and I'm going to say date. And for this, I am going to want this to be about, I'm going to say like 18, like a 19, I think was what I liked. And as far as the kerning, I'm going to say this is 100. And I want this to be a white text with a bold box. So I am going to, I'm actually going to take this and center it, and then use the selection tool. Once you use the selection tool, you can actually choose whether it goes on the top or the middle. So we're going to align it to the middle. And then over here, I am going to change this to that dark blue. It should be a default inside of your palette. And then for the text, I'm going to make that paper, which is that white color. So, I'm pretty happy with that. I think this is actually a thinner font than what I had over here. Yeah, that's okay. I like this. So we're just going to go with that. And then I'm just going to take the line tool actually for the date and just draw a line across. And I want that line to be the same color as the rest of it. So I'm going to choose that blue, make sure it's 1, and there we go. All right, so we're going to make that first column over here that you see on the left, the 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you go to Window and you go to, where is it? Oh, there it is, View over Print Preview. I already had it selected. You should be able to see this nice kind of format. Oh, it looks like I have double lines in here. I do have double lines. Hold on. I know what I did wrong. All right. There we go. Extra lines gone. So we're going to go 5 through 11. So all I have to do is draw a text box over here. And again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I think that's the left half. And I'm just going to type this in. 10, 11. All right. I think I got that right. Okay, so this obviously does not look like the other page, so we're going to change this formatting. We're going to go back to that Manhattan font, and finally, that I said I liked before, and we're going to do Manhattan over here. And I know that I want this to be 14 and 32. You can play around with this, but this is just the spacing in between letters, and that's the actual size of the numbers. So I need to put lines in here. So we're actually going to move this to the side just for a minute. We're going to make this a little smaller. And I'm going to make a new text box right here, right where I was. And I am going to add some lines. So I'm going to go to Window. I'm going to go to Styles, Paragraph Styles, and I'm going to add a new style. And I'm going to call this style Lines. Whoops. And I'm going to go over here. I know that I just used Manhattan, so I'm going to make sure I use that same exact font because I want the spacing to, work with the numbers that I just put in. And I said that was what, 14 and 32? So that's good. And then rules, I'm just going to click on, I'm going to choose that dark blue and I'm going to say, okay. So I am going to just move this little box over here and all I'm going to do is hit the return key. And don't worry about the overflow text. If you have too much, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to place this here. Maybe it's a little too far to the right now that I see it. So I'm going to move that in a little. Now this I'm going to try to place on top. So it's about in the right spot, if I can speak. I'm going to move that down a little. And then I'm going to take this and move this over here. So I think this is taking up too much space here, this and the line. So we are going to group these two together so they just stay together. And I'm going to move this up because I need to add another text box. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to actually just put a text box because I just grouped that, so I can't really put that together. And I am going to do the same thing. I really like that Proxima Nova. So I'm going to find that same font so it all matches. And I'm going to do, I said I liked light. And we are going to go ahead and do 19 again. And this time though, for the kerning, I'm going to do 300. So I'm going to say schedule. And I also want all of this to be in caps. So we have that. And then I also want it to be centered as well as centered inside that box. So I am going to now make this the blue for the background, hit the type tool and make it white for the paper. So now I have my schedule. So it still looks a little scrunched. So I'm going to move this down. There we go. And then everything down here, I'm going to select these and move all of these down as well. So that looks a little less smushed. And because I'm seeing all these lines, I'm going to go to View, over Print Preview. And now all of those borders are gone. So I'm going to just pull this out a little bit more so it's even there. And then over here, I'm going to copy this and paste this because I know I want this to go on the right side. And I'm going to make this a little smaller so it stays in the margins. And I'm going to put in here my number 1, priority as the text. And then I know that I have a box that goes underneath it. So I'm going to line it up over here. And again, just kind of eyeball it. And I know that I want that box to be, let's go to the selection tool. I want that box to be that dark blue, but it's obviously way too blue for anyone to write anything in it. So I'm going to change that tint so it's super light, like a 10. And then I know that the next thing I want to do is add another box. So I'm going to copy and paste those. And I'm just going to change the wording on this to number 1 goal. And then, is that what I had? Priority? Oh no, number 1 habit. And then I had the to-do list. Habit. And then we had a to-do list. So we're going to copy this, paste it again down here. And we're going to call this our to-do list. And this blue box should probably go all the way down so it's even with that box on the left. And again, I need those lines so I have places for people to write. I'm just going to copy this and paste it. And I'm going to make this smaller. Again, don't worry about the oversized draft, that little plus line. I mean, technically it's an error. That's why some of my files have tons of errors. It doesn't matter. You don't need to fix everything as long as it looks good. There we go. And I'm going to drag this down so it's even. And now I have my to-do list. So the only thing left to do is add that 1 quote, do good and good will come to you. And I will simply take a text box over here. And maybe now that I think about it, it might be better to just make it one of these text boxes so you can actually read it because of all the glitter on the bottom. And we're going to change this to something that can be read. So it's going to have to be much smaller. And we're going to get rid of the 300, maybe just 10 for the kerning. And we're going to say, do good and good will come to you. All right, it's still too big. You know what? We can just make it, we could make it double or like that. And now you can see it. So I can just line it up with the bottom of 11 o'clock, which I don't know if you start at 5 a.m. I don't know if you're still going strong at 11 o'clock. But there we go. So it is all done. Now, if you would like to create this, you can just follow along and do it yourself in Adobe InDesign. Or if you'd like this template, make sure to join Planner Pixies. It is inside the membership. I hope everyone's having a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.